Okay, oops, here's the recording. Thank you for hitting record for us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I remembered because we get a lot of fantastic response from these when we put these. By the way, if you're watching live, welcome those of you here watching us live who are in the Building Real Love in Real Life group. Welcome. I'm David Lee. That's Paige Stewart. We're your hosts, administrators, coaches, trauma-informed polarity coaching. That's what we do, and that's the group that you're in. So come on in. And what I was saying was, we take these recordings. So if you're watching this live, we love it. I need to pull that up so I can watch people to come in if they have questions. But if you're watching this later, hashtag replay, and know that we take these recordings and put them on our YouTube channel. And we have had a bustling of new, do you like that word, babe?
That's pretty good.
I don't know if that's appropriate for this sentence, but I'm going to use a big word. A bustling of new subscribers to our YouTube channel. So if you enjoy, if you're getting value out of what we bring, what Paige and David brings, certainly on a weekly basis, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find that Daring Deeply. Just search Daring Deeply for our YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the bell so you know when new content is being released. So we house all of our video content there, from our monthly master classes to little vignettes to yoga. I said yoga. Paige has yoga classes on our Daring Deeply YouTube page. So if you're interested in knowing more and getting more of David and Paige, which, come on, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want that, right? Why wouldn't you want that? So I'm going to open up my Facebook. So Paige, how you doing? Good? Feeling good?
Doing great. Yeah,
we were
feeling
talking before we
grounded,
went
feeling
live.
excited. Yeah. I just came out of a powerful writing session, and I feel excited to just bring closure to 2022. And I feel super eager for 2023. It feels beautiful and expansive. And anyway, that's the energetic I'm floating around in right now. And it feels amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And you look fantastic and glowing and radiant and ready for a new year as we close out. We've got just a few days left in 2022. So it's a great time to reflect. And what I'll say, and I've been putting this out in content. By the way, if you're not subscribed, you're not following me specifically and Paige on TikTok, make sure you're doing that. There is brand new content, sometimes 2 videos a day over there on TikTok. So even if you're not on TikTok and you're like, I don't want to be on TikTok, get on TikTok just to follow us, because we have original content coming out every single day. In fact, I just shot a new one just a few minutes ago, answering a question about men's vulnerability and what a feminine woman does with that. So if you're interested in knowing that, I just put that up on the TikTok, and you can look at, search Daring Deeply or David Lee on TikTok. So yeah, as we're looking forward to 2023, it's important to know, how are you, this question, we weren't preparing for this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. How are you preparing for 2023, ladies and gentlemen? How are you preparing? Is it going to be yet another year in which you hope and you wish for something more? Okay, because as we know, and what we teach and coach, is hoping and wishing is simply rubbing the genie's lamp. Okay, so what we want to challenge all of you with, especially you, those of you, obviously all of you here that are watching this live. Again, if you're watching this live, fantastic. And we want to know that you're here live. So drop a comment here and I'll shout out to those people that are watching. If you're watching this, hashtag replay. But those of you that are here that are specifically wanting and desiring the relationship of your dreams, which, by the way, first comes with a relationship with yourself, right? And that's what we bring forth. But if you're wanting the relationship of your dreams, which my guess is everyone here does, it's going to take more than hoping and wishing. And so I put out some content just the other day where I said something to the effect of, no more resolutions, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for commitment. Are you going to make a commitment to yourself to heal, grow, and transform moving forward in 2023? Because I got to tell you, once upon a time, I was in the space where it's like, oh, it's a new year, and I'm going to set some goals and outcomes and resolutions. And the fact is, nothing really changed to the effect, oh, I'm just kind of living life. But it wasn't really until I made a dramatic choice to begin to heal my inner wounds and trauma that my life began to turn a different way. So that comes from me. I know that's Paige certainly resonates with that, and she certainly supports that in our coaching practice in helping you heal your past inner wounds and trauma to elevate you to a life of your dreams. And that's why we're here. If you're doing anything less than that, then you're just living a life that's like meh. And last time I checked, I don't think anybody wants to live a life of meh. By the way, how do you spell meh? M-E-H.
MEH. Yeah. By the way, mic drop. That was amazing and brilliant and has got me all fired up feeling. And I just posted on my story yesterday, essentially saying that, all the fad diets and all of the exercise programs and all the resolutions that people jump into at the beginning of the year, they are simply trying to bypass their way into a different life. And ultimately behind every behavior that you're trying to change are needs that are influencing your decisions and your behaviors. So if you're just simply trying to change different choices and different decisions by going to the gym more and eating right and all of those things, it's not really it's not really accessing the underlying needs that the unhealed behavior is trying to meet. And so understanding the needs that kind of are the undercurrent of all of your behaviors and decisions, that is the key to lasting change, meeting your own needs differently. And that, because they say by February 14th that all the resolutions, all of those things have completely fallen off. And so rather than falling into that trap again, like, let's work towards some lasting change. And lasting change starts with understanding yourself at the deepest level. And understanding your needs truly is what it all boils down to.
Yeah. Wow. Now there's some mic dropping, babe. That was beautiful. I'm gonna try some. Put your fit, like, can you like
Am I over
my
there?
fist disappears.
Was that a little fist
Okay.
bump?
All right. I don't know if we, and actually now that I'm looking on the live, we're going in the opposite direction. So
All right, I'm ready.
But okay, here we go. You ready?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait, you got to go faster.
Oh, okay. We'll see, we're on delay. All
Oh,
right. So
yeah,
people are watching this like, why am I watching this? This is the most ridiculous thing. So anyway, Lacuna is here. Good to see you. She says, glad to caught you guys live. Feel glad to be here. We're glad that you're here too. So if you're here watching live, let us know that you're here live. Drop us a comment where you're coming in from. And if you're watching this again, hashtag replay. So let's get to the title of this, which I'm sure people are jumping in going, whoa, they're talking about sex, yo. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Every time, every time that comes up. So the title is, as I'm looking off screen at our title here, sex becomes effortless when. Sex becomes effortless when. Did you all see that? My beautiful bride to be, she's just like, sex becomes effortless when. I'm not sure
who doesn't want that? Like, I've spent many, many years of my life in relationships where sex just always felt so hard. It was so hard. It was awkward. It was not easy. It just felt like a battle. It was a fight. It was uncomfortable. And so, yeah, sex can be effortless and sex can feel easy and fun and safe and trusting and playful and otherworldly. And this conversation will help us understand what is required for all of that to happen.
Yeah, we came to this beautifully said, babe. Beautifully said. And I also want to put a little bit of a caveat, or I want to unpack this a little bit more. We're not saying that there's no effort in sex, okay? Because it does take obviously lots and lots of inner work to develop a connection to the self that then develops a connection and intimacy with your partner, okay? So it doesn't come without, it just doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
But what we want to bring forward is that sex can be easy, that sex can be simple, that sex can be powerful and otherworldly and completely erotic and connective and intimate. When, and here's the big reveal, right? When, this is super important, when the relationship, here's the big reveal, is polarized. When the woman feels, and Paige is going to elaborate on this, but when the feminine woman feels safe, when she feels secure, when she feels like she is in a receptive, connective, emotional energy and ready to receive her dominant masculine man, but she must feel safe and secure.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, babe, please.
So that's kind of my fill in the blank to that. Sex becomes effortless when there is emotional safety. Period. And
period.
And so I loved what you said earlier, where you're like, it's not that there's no effort, like it still requires effort. And my asterisk on that is the effort is different. The effort is angled more specifically towards each of the individual selves, because as you continue to lean into who you are and what feels good and what doesn't feel good, and how to use your voice and how to express your needs and how to express desires and how to feel pleasure and all of those ways, and you're able to share that with your partner in a way that feels trusting and safe, then that's where the the intimate relationship begins to evolve as a byproduct. So rather than focusing on how can we make our sex better and how can this be better and how can we do all of these different things, instead, how can we become more of our individual self, so that when we show up in the bedroom or in the sexual experience, that it feels effortless in that way.
Yeah, so well said. I want to get down to some nitty gritty too about polarity in sex, because we've talked about this a little bit, but certainly the reason why sex can be so beautiful and powerful and effortless as we've described it is because the masculine man is in his masculine energy, which is dominant, which is taking the initiative, which is leading the effort of the sexual experience. He is taking and claiming his woman. Are you hearing me, gentlemen? Okay. Remember, the masculine leads in the bedroom. The feminine receives her masculine man. This is polarity, right? This is the opposites attract, so to speak. And in order for her to receive the giving of the masculine man, she must feel safe, feel trusting, feel vulnerable, feel emotionally connected, not only to herself, but to her man. This is the way that sex can be effortless. And it's super imperative. I'm going to talk to the guys for a second. I've done this a couple of times. Gentlemen, it's your job to get a PhD to learn your woman's emotional and physical body, to know her boundaries, to know her past sexual traumas, if there are. And as the statistics tell us, more often than not, women have been sexually traumatized in some way, whether verbally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. So men, it is imperative that you leave the effort, that you know your woman inside and out, to know what she is safe and secure with when it comes to bedroom, when it comes to sexual experiences. I'm going to stop there because I know we have been through all this, right? And we continue to explore, and we continue to, it was my responsibility when Paige and I first got together and became sexually experimental, is that I wanted to know where she came from. I wanted to know what she had experienced. And that was challenging and difficult. And it's vulnerable, and asking questions like, oh, don't you just go do it? Well, unfortunately, that's what most people do, right? But the reality is a next level, elevated, polarized sexual relationship involves communication in and out of the bedroom all the time. And the masculine man must lead the effort to say, babe, how does this feel? Do you like it when I do this? Do you want more of this? And to be humble and know not to take something personal when she says, I don't like that, or that doesn't feel right to me, or I'm not interested in doing that, or that she is interested in doing something, right? That she is interested in moving forward and stepping into perhaps new experimental realms when it comes to the bedroom.
Yes.
By the way, Amanda is here. Kelly is here. Welcome on in, ladies. Let us know that you're here, where you're calling in from, and join the conversation about sex.
So I want to share how all this entire conversation spawned, because this just happened this morning, an exchange between David and myself. And I want to share a couple text messages from our thread today. Essentially, David let me know about that there was going to be a maintenance team turning off our water. And so he was informing me of this knowledge that he had to let me know that there might be an inconvenience while I'm at home today, working from home. And I just, was like, wow, thank you so much for letting me know. I feel so taken care of. And let's see. Essentially, that led to, he just said, you are my greatest gift. I'm so blessed and honored to have you. And I just said, thank you for choosing me as your gift. I feel so precious, cared for, chosen, included, safe, protected, and important with you. And I said, I want to cuddle naked with you. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, that escalated in such a beautiful, natural way that because I felt safe, because I felt taken care of, because I felt important and adored. And I just felt that he leads us so well. And so I acknowledged that in our conversation. I just said, see how easy it is for the feminine to give herself sexually to her man when she feels safe, adored, and cared for. And rather than experiencing, and all these things are what I've experienced in the past, no more tit for tat, no more convincing and conniving, no more manipulation, no more passive aggression, no more waiting for the other to make the move. Sex becomes effortless with emotional safety, period. And so that is what spawned this conversation here on our Facebook Live in this group today. And it was beautiful how it all went down and our exchange this morning.
Yeah, thank you, baby. Thank you for honoring us, and I love how it came out as no. So often, if this is you, ladies and gentlemen, right, and some of the things that Paige just described, if it's tit for tat, if it's uncomfortable, if it's awkward, if it's old, if it's stale, if you're wondering who is supposed to initiate, are we still worried about the lights on or the lights off, whether you're married for 10 years or 20 years or not married or in the dating scene, this can be incredibly awkward and incredibly uncomfortable. What we want to bring to the table is that it certainly doesn't have to be. And that it is so imperative that it begins with security and safety for the feminine, for her to literally and figuratively open herself up to the masculine presence. Okay. Did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? If you're watching this, right? Literally opens herself up physically, emotionally, and spiritually to receive the masculine dominance coming forward. For when he claims and takes his woman, for her to feel absolutely safe and secure. And what happened today was, oh my gosh, I need to let Paige know that there's a maintenance issue and the water may be turned off for a period of time. And so I wanted to let her know that. And she received that as me taking care of her, ensuring that she's safe and secure and protected, and simply informing her. So then she can make decisions to do what? To take care of herself. Which, by the way, is so imperative that the masculine provides the space and the container for her to care for herself. Because when the feminine is caring for herself, it allows him to thrive. Okay? Because he knows he's provided the container for her to be able to do that. And so that led to an emotional connection to where, in essence, Paige became emotionally and sexually aroused by the fact that I was providing containment, that I was providing safety and security. This is the key to an elevated, polarized sexual relationship. By the way, Michelle is here. Renata is here. Thanks for joining in, ladies. Let us know. Please drop something in the chat. Let us know if you have questions, if you have comments. Let us know that you're here, where you're calling in from.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is that when she feels safe, emotionally safe, that is when she opens. She opens her body, but she opens her heart too. And she is open to receive his leadership, his provision, his love, his care, his support. And it allows her to drop her masculine shield and her masculine layers of wounding that have kept her so closed off from not only herself, but her partner and the entire world. And so that's when sex becomes hard, is when the feminine is so bound up, so shielded, so in like this survival self-protection mode that the masculine can't get in there even if he tried. Right. And so that's the work, is for the woman to come home to her body and come home to her heart. And I've got a program for that. And for the masculine to step up into his leadership to provide that safe shelter for her to soften into her feminine.
So beautifully said, babe. Yeah, and I love what you just said. You know, and we were challenging, and we're going to put a bow on this particular conversation, but we were challenging all of you at the top of the call. But so if you jumped in later, make sure you go back and watch the beginning, because we're challenging all of you that are watching this either live or later, again, hashtag replay if you're watching this later, is to make 2023 different. Is not just to rely on resolutions, wishes, and hopes, and all of that. And we have ways in which you can do that. And so Paige just said, I have a program for women. She has a whole group of programs for women to get into their femininity, to finally relinquish their wounded masculine from trying to be in control and trying to manipulate the whole world and trying to make things the way that she needs to make them. That's so exhausting for the feminine, so exhausting and overwhelm and burnout and all of the things. Paige has a program a very, very simple, a 7-day Feminine Energy 101 is a 7-day self-led online program course in which you can dive in and begin to understand your true feminine energy, to begin to make 2023 different so that you can attract a dominant, powerful, masculine man, even if you've been married to him. that will make your relationship, your current relationship or your future relationship, polarized and healthy. So we encourage you to jump into that program. If you're interested in knowing more about Feminine Energy 101, drop a comment and say, I want the link to Feminine Energy 101. And did I cover it, babe?
Yeah,
Please.
that is the pebble. If you're just like looking to dip your toes in and begin to understand more about your feminine energy and this concept of surrender and this energetic of femininity and feminine energy, and kind of bust some myths and step into some truths about it, that is a great place to start. That is a great place to start. If you're ready to dive deeper beyond and understanding different areas of wounded masculine energy and wounded feminine energy and the unmet needs that are lying beneath each of your different behaviors, and understanding how to care for yourself in a just very deep and satisfying way, physically and emotionally, and how to open yourself further up to yourself and your partner, then Surrender is the program for you, which is a 10-week program. It's self-led with the coursework, but it's also guided in that you get community group calls with me to answer any questions that you might have. That is our flagship program. That is our main program. That is incredibly extensive and incredibly fruitful and potent and rich in every possible way. And that is Surrender, Becoming One with a Feminine Body. And you can jump into either of those at any time. And if you want that link, just drop the word surrender below and I'll send you that link directly.
Absolutely. So we've got some to do, certainly for the ladies and gentlemen. We haven't left you out. I work with men one-on-one in a one-on-one coaching experience and environment. So if you're interested in knowing about one-on-one coaching, and ladies too, if you're interested in knowing how we work with our clients one-on-one, drop a comment below and say, hey, I want information on one-on-one coaching. We'll certainly reach out to you. The last announcement I'll make is we do have another free coaching event coming up on January 9th. And registration has been open for a couple of weeks. We've got a bevy of people already registered. We want you there. It's Monday, January 9th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Central here in the States. So dive into that, get to know us a little better, bring your questions. You have a burning question about polarity and trauma and relationships and sex and all the things. Bring your question to this night and we will come, first serve. We'll answer questions that people bring live on Zoom. So make sure you register. If you want to know about that link to register, then drop a comment below, say, hey, I want the live coaching link, and you can register for that. So we've got a lot of things coming up, a lot of opportunities for you, ladies and gentlemen, to make 2023 different. And isn't it time? Isn't it time that we make more out of our future than hoping and wishing and hoping that something comes along the way? So we've got to take action, and we want to provide and to help guide you in those directions. So
wow,
I think it's time to
amazing.
say farewell.
Let's do it. Yeah,
Let's
do it. That was a fantastic conversation. Thank you for leading.
It was, baby. Yeah, it was. So if you are, again, interested in those programs, drop some comments. And we wish you a very, very happy new year. 2023 is just around the corner. And we're sending you love and light and all the things, ladies and gentlemen. And for David Lee and
Paige Stewart.
Paige Stewart signing off. And again, if you have comments or questions, drop them in the chat and we'll get back to you. Thank you so much for supporting us in 2023, 2022. We look forward to seeing you in 2023. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.